Hello, Michigan DECA. Thank you for joining us for the February Google Hangout. I'm Abhi Samantapudi, your state president. Joining me today is Grace Mortson, your state secretary, Monique Seisland, your vice president of community service, and Anthony Bozio, your vice president of business partnerships and state treasurer. With the state career development conference just over a month away, we're in the midst of the most exciting part of the DECA year. Today, we'll give you ideas about how you can improve your chapters, promote leadership, and prepare for the upcoming state conference. Our hope is that you relay this information back to your chapter members and help them own their state conference. Before the beginning of tonight's Google Hangout, Michigan DECA once again posted a live Twitter Hangout to answer any questions that members across the state may have. At the end of the Google Hangout, we'll discuss some of the questions that were posted by members during our live Twitter session. If you have any questions, you can continue to send them on Twitter using #MIDECA. Now, without any further ado, let's start with Grace, who's going to tell us about running for state office.
Screening for candidates to attend, I assume you spoke, presented, and worked to the best of your ability. Now, the fate of your term falls into the hands of the voting delegates at the State Career Development Conference in March. If you are so lucky to move on to this stage of the process, you should start preparing for your campaign booth, but most importantly, focusing on your speech. As we've seen in the past, it is not about the quality of your booth, but rather the presence you hold on stage. All specifics of the campaign booth and speech regulations are listed in the 2017-2018 State Officer Candidate Guidebook on the Michigan DECA website. In addition to the 16 candidates themselves that will be campaigning, I'd like to give some words of advice to the voting delegates of each school. In the upcoming weeks, all schools should receive a sheet of information about the goals and experiences of each candidate. Use a combination of their flyer, speech, and booth to make your final voting decisions. Remember that even if you're an underclassman and you will be working with these upcoming officers, or if you're an outgoing senior, participating as your high school's respective voting delegate is a great opportunity. The future of Michigan DECA is in your hand, so vote carefully. Feel free to contact me through social media at Grace Mortson or via email at gmortson@mideca.org if you have any questions regarding preparing for the state conference. I send my congratulations and best wishes to all of those who are running.
Thanks, Grace. Now next, let's move on to Monique, who's going to give us an overview of the State Career Development Conference.
The State Career Development Conference is coming up soon, and we are excited to see you there. In the famous city of Detroit, your chapters will have lots of things they are able to do. The People Mover is a great way to reach different parts of the city for exploration and dining. The conference app, available to mobile users, will be a nifty tool to check out some great nearby restaurants. This app will also have the conference agenda available on it for competing members. If you have moved on to the state conference, great job. It's going to take a lot of preparation to continue on as champion, so make sure you practice. Look at videos on YouTube or check out Michigan DECA on Twitter for competition tips. Make sure that during your preparation and role plays, you are asking yourself questions like, did I answer all of my performance indicators? Was I personable and professional with my judge? Did I outline my ideas clearly and use some type of visual? Paying attention to details like these are sure to impress the judge, so keep working on them. We can't wait to see you there.
Thanks, Monique. Now lastly, let's move on to Anthony, who's going to talk about fundraising.
Fundraising opens many opportunities, not only for yourself, but others as well. Fundraising is a crucial factor in the success of each DECA chapter. Although DECA conferences are amazing experiences that you will never forget, they don't come without their expenses. Fundraising allows the price of conferences to decrease for your chapter, making it possible to experience it all for a lower price. We all love paying less for things, especially when DECA is involved. But lowering the price of a conference isn't where your fundraising efforts should end. For years, DECA chapters have been fundraising money for charitable donations towards Muscular Dystrophy Association, and it's changed the lives of many individuals. Although there are many different ways to fundraise, it can be difficult to find a way that works for your chapter. So here are some examples. To get more in touch with your community while also raising money for DECA, try asking a few local businesses to help host or sponsor a fundraising night for your chapter. This is a win-win situation. The event is not only raising money for your chapter, but the businesses will receive good promotion, as well as possibly picking up a few new customers. Another example of an easy fundraiser that can be used towards MDA would be a local Miracle Minute. At almost every Michigan DECA conference, a Miracle Minute is held to raise money for MDA. A Miracle Minute can be run during a time such as a school sporting event and has proven itself to be a successful fundraising technique. Contact MDA for more information on Miracle Minutes or other fundraising ideas. Remember that fundraising is a crucial part of DECA, and we really look forward to hearing some of the wonderful things that your chapter is doing to participate.
Thanks, Anthony. We'd again like to announce that the candidates who are campaigning for state office at the State Career Development Conference have been posted on the Michigan DECA website under the tabs Members and State Officer Candidates. Now, before we end tonight's Hangout, we want to go over some of the questions that were asked during tonight's live Twitter session. The first question was from Riley Wynn, and it was a question about MDA. She specifically asked, what is a good promotional strategy for getting people to understand what MDA really is? Anthony, do you have any strategies that you would like to share with us?
Oh, of course. So first, I would really like to tell you how I would describe MDA. And what MDA is it's the Muscular Dystrophy Association, and it's the association for people that are affected with muscular dystrophy. And what DECA does is it asks its chapters, and it does it on the association level as well, to raise money for this organization in order to help the kids that are suffering or that have the muscular dystrophy, and allows them to attend the MDA summer camp over the summer, which is really a great experience for them. And this is how I would describe it to local businesses you're going out to, people in your chapter, and really help them and make sure they understand what the organization is.
Thanks, Anthony. So just make sure that you guys are clearly explaining what MDA is to local businesses and to students in your own chapter so they understand the importance of fundraising for this great organization. Now, another question we got from Haley B was, what are some of the best ways to study for the state test? Now, in studying for your state cluster exam, which is 1/3 of your overall score, I would suggest that you go through some of the previous exams which are posted on DECA's website. By going through these exams and doing some practice questions, you can really get a feel for what kind of skills these cluster exams are testing. I'd also suggest going through your marketing classes curriculum, perhaps go through your past notes and just really skim through them and really try to review some of the concepts that you might have forgotten earlier in the year, because they're all important. We're sorry if we couldn't get to some of your questions. We'd be happy to answer them on Twitter in the following moments. At this point, I would like to thank all of you for joining us for the Google Hangout tonight and for joining us throughout the year for our Google Hangouts. We hope you guys have a great night, and we look forward to seeing you all next month at the State Career Development Conference.